Zach Moss.
And I'm AJ Fenney.
And this is
Hippie?
Not Hippie.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 58, actually, of Hippie, Not Hippie.
Yeah!
Anybody listening is like, wait, there was 58 last time. What's going on?
Yeah, we got it wrong, but whatever.
Yeah,
we don't give a fuck.
yeah.
We're on the right track now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ending the new year with brand new hopes.
Yeah, we're untouchable
We're,
now.
we're in the basement now.
Yeah. Fuck, I imagine the lighting is weird. I think you're probably just lit from behind.
Right.
Your face is dark right now.
This looks like an angel.
We're still working on the setup, but holy shit, look at these new chairs, huh?
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, we got chairs.
God, there was this woman, this Canadian woman that a friend of mine at a comedy festival had slept with, and for some reason, her name became Chairs, and I don't remember why. I know we were on mushrooms one night, and then she ate mushrooms, and he was like, "Oh, that's Chairs," and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
She went by chairs too?
I don't think she went by Chairs. I think he nicknamed her Chairs, and I don't know why. I think it had to do with her name. Her name might have been like
Cherry?
Chairs.
Like his chairs short for cherry?
I don't know. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe she sat on his face.
Oh, like a chair.
Yeah, who knows? Well, man,
right.
we're here. We're drinking. I made us matcha lattes.
Yeah,
What do you
matcha
think?
latte.
How is it?
It's matcha latte. It's good. I've not. This is the first time I've had. I think I've had matcha before, but this is good.
Yeah, so this is Japanese matcha. I was on that Chinese matcha.
Now you're up on that Japanese matcha.
But why does
Matcha.
everything from the Asian store have a warning that it's going to kill me on?
Wait,
Like,
wait, what?
well, like
So
have you been to the Asian grocery store?
I've not,
here?
but I do not like the fact that you didn't tell me about this warning before I started slugging this down.
Well, no, this is Japanese, so this didn't have a warning
Oh, they just
on
go.
it that it'll kill you.
They're just like, hey, you didn't read the Chinese stuff? Then fuck it.
Well, but if you go to the Asian grocery store where most of the stuff is from China,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of great, we love it. We go all the time. There's a lot of great shit. But the thing that's a little disconcerting about it is that like the warning that's on cigarettes
Yeah.
is on like every piece of food.
Premature childbirth.
It's
Impotency.
basically like in California, we have to tell you that this might kill you.
Yeah.
And what a lot of it is it's like lead contamination.
Oh, is it a lot of fish? So is it mercury and
Well, it's just like I think there's lead in a lot of Chinese products for some reason. I don't know why. I need
Okay.
I'm going to get to the bottom of
are they
this.
eating pencils?
No, and lead apparently is just not that big of a deal
in
once you're
China?
once you're older.
Gotcha.
Like when
Oh.
you're a baby, like the kids eating the lead paint chips that,
Yeah.
like that kid must have ate paint chips.
Yeah.
That's because he was a young, like if you were an adult.
We could eat paint chips now and fucking get down, is what you're saying.
Well, I still don't think it's great. But I think it's a whole lot worse like when your brain is developing, like the lead syndrome. I don't know what it's even
what is it,
called.
lead
The lead
syndrome?
syndrome? That sounds like a band.
Yeah. Tonight, opening Lead Syndrome.
Yeah. It's a Led Zeppelin cover band with all members that. Never mind.
Yeah. Got the downs.
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh, well, that's what I said.
But,
Ugh.
yeah, so all of it has this warning, and I was drinking Chinese. I was drinking. So they'll repackage stuff sometimes in the U.S.
Without the warning?
and then like be like, yeah, or they'll be like, this is like all organic, natural shit, which it might be, but it has like lead in it because
Yeah.
it's from China. So yeah, I thought I had done my research on my last matcha, and I was just like, this matcha's too good, too cheap to be true, is what I was thinking.
This is too cheap not to have lead in it.
Yeah, I was like, man, part of this has to be lead based on what I'm paying for it. So
Yeah.
I did a little research, and what's weird is in the comment section of like any green tea, there's all this like paranoia. People being like, "This is from China. There's lead in it," And then there's a lot of people that are like, "I think it's great," and because they have the lead syndrome. And but
I have all their albums.
But yeah, I had this one that I was using that was cheap, and so I did. This is much more expensive. but it's lead free apparently. So
yeah.
Is your penis talking to you?
No, I was trying to figure out. I'm sorry, I got this Danny Masterson. That's what was in my head. That was the actor from that '70s show. It popped up in my feed. That he's getting 30 to life for that. Well, it's not even allegations. I mean, it's the rape charges. But Marciana and I were talking about this last night because it popped up, and I was like,
so Ashton Kutcher's letter didn't do that much?
Oh, did he write a letter?
He was like under heat for writing a letter that was like, hey, yeah.
It wasn't that bad?
But yeah, no, I don't. I think it wasn't anything about what had happened with the crime. It was just like, because it happened a long time ago. I think it was kind of like, hey, he's tried to be a better person since, I mean, it's a character letter that they have in court. It's really common that people write them, and you write them, I don't know. I've written them for people where it's like, they're still going to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah. But you're just
I think it's really just like an exercise before you get sentenced to like a lot of prison time for your friends to say something nice about you.
Yeah.
It softens the blow of them being like 30 years. No, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Danny Masterson is he's a lot like lead paint. Right? You don't want to eat it as a child because.
Well, yeah, that's pretty fucked up though. If he's getting that much time, I'd never really got into the case or whatever, but it sounds like he probably did some fucked up shit.
No, he must have. And I haven't read it either. But if anyone knows, let us know.
Good thing they got that dude off the ranch.
Yeah, dude, yeah, because that barely made it past the first season, right? And they had to kill off his character. But here's the thing.
I think he was on there for a while.
But so many people had gotten accused of things. Right. And a lot of them just kind of skated by. Right. Yeah. Like you heard about this and you heard about that. And then even with like Louis and stuff, there were like these public apologies and all this stuff. This dude, you heard about one thing and he was fucking gone, which means everyone knew what he was doing and nobody did anything. Marciana had a valid point. He was pretty deep into Scientology. So he must have pissed off the Scientologists at some point. Because whatever they were doing to protect him, they were just like, all right, yeah, we're out. And then he went down.
Yeah. I heard that they because don't they protect people as much as they can and then.
Yeah, but they also make you give up all your secrets so that they have you.
Yeah, that is kind of.
That was that weird thing with Richard Gere. Remember the gerbils? Yeah, that was apparently Scientology that were like, hey, this guy puts gerbils in his ass.
Because he ended up becoming a Buddhist.
Did Richard Gere?
Yeah.
Did he? Was he he's not the one. That's Redford did Yellowstone, right? Robert Redford?
I don't know.
All right, we got pretty far down.
I have no idea. I already forgot the guy whose name I said before you said Robert Redford.
It was a Pretty Woman guy.
Yeah, Richard Gere. Yeah. That's his name.
Richard Gere's.
Yeah, I thought he was a Buddhist, but that's based on, like, I think a Simpsons episode, so who the fuck?
I do love the idea of someone getting news off pop culture cartoons.
But also, so I've heard that's not a real thing.
What? The Simpsons? I've seen it.
No, sending, like, the loosening of a rodent up an ass.
I mean, I'm not okay. I realize
it's very dangerous because it's a flesh pipe, and I think they can just chew or scratch their way out of there. I mean, they have claws and shit. Like you've had asshole problems. Like, do you think you could release a fucking a rodent up your asshole?
No, absolutely not. Like,
yeah.
Also, like, have you seen what a fucking rodent does? Who's calling in? Who's Timbo?
I play Warzone with him.
Oh, do we want to get him on the air?
I don't know. What's going on here? What is happening? Hello?
What's up?
Oh, that's Shmoney.
I got making some eggs over easy with some maple glazed sausages. Oh yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Word, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing my podcast. You're on my podcast.
Oh wow.
Here. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's the podcast about today?
We're talking about why all the shit from the Asian grocery store has warnings on it that it causes cancer.
I don't know, maybe because it's all infused with cats and dogs. I don't know.
No, it's lead, Shmoney.
Maybe they're feeding the dogs lead.
Did you start this call or did Tim?
I didn't start this call.
Yeah, because it came through. I saw Tim.
Yeah, I just answered it too. I thought Tim was in trouble.
Oh, I didn't know. Are you guys getting on the game today?
Yeah, I probably will later. I hope I have some time. Man, that breakfast sounds good though.
Oh yeah, you hear it sizzling over here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what time it is. You know what time it is.
Word. Well, yeah, I'll catch you later, Shmoney. Take care.
Take it easy, yeah. Enjoy.
Well, that was unexpected but nice.
Yeah, Warzone's a lot of fun. You know, you make friends with people all over the country.
Yeah.
That's my friend Shmoney who lives in Florida.
Yeah, he sounded kind of like Pitbull. It was interesting how he was like frying stuff up, but all I could hear is because on the other side of the table, all I could hear is like slapping, and I'm like, "Are you making breakfast, or is this code for sex?"
It might have been. I did hear a lot of slapping going on.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, you hear that sizzling, huh? You know what time it is."
Yeah, fucking Shmoney on the pod.
Yeah.
So you brought in. So we're gonna start decorating the studio. AJ's gonna get like. He has some space here, so I'm gonna let him hippify.
Yeah.
I just realized that I offered to let you do this, and then I just realized that I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have a fish poster in my fucking house.
That's where I started. I wanted to go over the line immediately.
Yeah, dude. I was like, this is aggressive. This is fucking aggressive.
It was. I'm gonna be honest, dude. It was a big move.
This is as aggressive as the mayonnaise bowl.
Mayonnaise bowl.
So. Let's tangent off for a second.
Okay.
Do you like mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? Is this the big debate? Or is it just mayonnaise? Or does it matter?
Just mayonnaise.
I'm a Miracle Whip guy.
Okay, so wow, you don't like the taste of mayo. It has nothing to do with the pus response. Or is Miracle Whip just white enough where you don't believe that it's pus?
No, I mean, all of it because
it tastes so. I hate Miracle Whip. I think it tastes like shit.
Miracle Whip to me has got it's like a dressing, so it's got a seasoning to it, and so that doesn't bother me as much. Regular mayonnaise, like Hellman's and stuff, I can do it, but it's just I don't know what it's got a tang to it that.
So I was talking about this.
I will say this: I was also brought up on Miracle Whip.
Yeah,
and the first time I had mayonnaise. Was on this bologna sandwich, and I just,
So I've been like, I like mayo, and I defend mayo because I think most people like mayo. The people that don't like it, it's because they've like proven this. It's because it looks like pus or whatever, and or fester or an open wound kind of oozing. It looks like,
I guess
like there's some people that have like a visual thing where it's just like their brain's like, that's going to kill you. That's going to make you sick. You shouldn't eat that,
Yeah.
I think that's what Hiker has or whatever. So
I like the Miracle Whip has got a tang to it because it's designed to be almost, I don't know if it's a ranch powder or what's in there, but it is seasoned with something.
Yeah, I think it's vinegar. I don't know. It's gross. But it's my tomatoes, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
So
what is with this bowl of mayonnaise?
Well, so you know how they have like the college bowl games?
Okay, like the Rose Bowl and stuff like that.
Yeah. But a few years ago, they for the love of money, they just started taking any sort of sponsorship. So if you've got the money, you know, you can get a bowl.
Dude, and we should get a hippie not hippie bowl.
Yeah, yeah. Duke's Mayo.
Oh, gross.
Sponsors of bowls, and it's called the Mayo Bowl.
Oh, God. It sounds like, I'm going to be honest, the Mayo Bowl sounds like people's dying wish at the Mayo Clinic get to have one last football game.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of like sick people. Yeah. No pads today. Some of us are going to heaven early.
Yeah. What's that sound? Oh, you know what time it is.
Oh, man. So fucking, yeah. And I was like, this is aggressive. You know, this is making it harder for me to defend Mayo, I think.
And that's the fish poster.
Yeah, it's aggressive. It's the Mayo Bowl. So hold on, let me keep going just one more second.
Yeah.
The thing that I saw immediately after I saw Mayo Bowl was, I think it was because they've done this before, or maybe they did it as a thing before, but the coaches, there was two side-by-sides of coaches like doing a press conference, and the players ran up behind them with the fucking Gatorade cooler.
Was it full of mayonnaise?
Full of fucking mayonnaise. Oh. Just glunked them. Just glopped them. You got glopped, they said.
That does make me vomit a little.
Yeah, I like Mayo, but I'm like, what are you trying to do, Dukes? Are you trying to turn me to the other team?
Yeah, I can't.
This feels like Big Mustard, you know, like that Big Mustard might be behind this campaign.
There are people that have a real strong discernment to mustard. Like their affinity towards mustard is so bad. Have you heard of like
the discernment?
It's discernment. Like they just discern it. No, but there are people that have.
You like reading a fucking thesaurus or something? Yeah. Discernment?
I don't know. I may not even have used that word right. But there are people that have like I think there's a phobia. There was a guy from the Jackass, the CKY guys, that had a fucking weird thing with mustard, and they hosed him down. And it just freaked him the fuck out.
So discernment is the ability to judge well.
Yeah. So they would judge harshly. Yeah, dude.
Or there's a Christian meaning,
a Christian meaning? What are you Googling?
So I hope this is what you meant. Discernment. The second definition in Christian context.
Well, this is
what I hope you meant. Perception in the absence of judgment with a view of obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding. Without providing for a time of healing and discernment, there will be no hope of living through the present moment without a shattering of our common life.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
That's
the
what you meant. For mustard.
To mustard.
Yeah, okay. That makes total
the
fucking
shattering.
sense. All right, I get it.
Yeah,
now.
But there is a weird phobia with mustard. I think it's I don't know what it is, but I've heard a couple of different people about it.
I love Lund's joke about clear mustard is a great joke.
Oh yeah.
God, I won't say what it is though.
Yeah. But he had the stickers, right? That ham sanitizer or something.
Yeah, like that. You call it clear mustard ham sanitizer. Yeah. Check out Nathan Lund's special, Soup Song.
Yeah. Sam Talent's special just dropped.
Yeah, Toad's Morale. Check that shit out, too. He doesn't need our help.
No,
he doesn't.
He's probably going to reach out and go, hey,
no one needs our help.
Your shout-out dropped my numbers.
Yeah, Nathan's going to be like, please don't mention my special.
Please stop that. Again. People are trying to return it now.
So,
but I brought this one.
Show it. Bring it. You can bring it up. Show the folks at home.
Well, one, it's from 1990, but also I found it to be extremely amusing looking. They're just all goofed up. I mean, clearly these guys. I mean, look at the moose knuckle on Fishman right here.
What I noticed is I was like, wow. Not only I've seen these posters that AJ has, some of them beautiful, elaborate works of art, where I'm like, even if
$6.95.
where I'm like, even if I don't like the band, at least the poster is pretty fucking cool. At least if I was on mushrooms, I could get lost in this poster. But this one, no. This poster is ugly as fuck.
Yeah,
it looks like some shit that like a kid made for their first time. This looks like what is that called? Canva? It looks like the Canva beta edition where they were like, all right, slap a picture on there. We want a rainbow fade, a few musical notes next to the oh man. This is why it's bad. It was free. It was a free concert where they were like, we don't have money for graphic design. And that's the poster that AJ brings to the podcast studio.
I love
which
the
is
fact
also
that all three of these guys are clearly, these guys are clearly tripping. I don't know what's going on with Trey. And Paige has put himself off to the side so much, he's just laughing at the whole thing, trying not to get involved.
How can you tell that they're clearly tripping?
Look at that outfit. There's no way.
Because his hands are blurry?
Whose hands?
The guy in the straitjacket.
He's not in a straitjacket. His hands are there. He's pulled his pants up clearly to his nipples.
And then he has his hand out of his zipper?
That's his hand. So I think he's just got his hands in those pants. I have no idea.
They're stretchy pants.
Yeah. I know the Fishman used to take acid a lot, especially in college, which would have been shortly after this period.
Is the band named after him?
No.
Or is that a nickname? Is that his last name? Fishman?
What was So I read something about this. They wanted the name to be the one thing that's it, right? The one thing I as I did research on Fish, the one thing I do like about them is their inability to want to succeed. Like they've been quoted several times that there's not a band in history that has tried harder to shoot themselves in the foot starting off than they did. Yeah, they wanted their name to be PHS, and the reason was they just thought it would be funny when people were like, "Coming to the stage now is," but nobody knew how to pronounce it or how they were going to advertise it. So management got mad and they went. So
they're like, we've just made mistakes. We've really tried to shoot ourselves in the foot.
Dude, so many times.
We're going to have a weird name. We're going to make shitty music.
Dude, and I think it's Rolling Stone. The first time they ever got the cover, they just decided to wear dresses for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
So
what year was that?
Oh God, it had to be sometime in the 90s, I think. God,
How long have they been a band? 35 years?
80 something?
Wow.
Yeah. But so the 90s through 97, I think there was some wild shit then. Clifford's Ball and let me see, Rolling Stone cover.
So I will say though that the next thing that you bring needs to be cooler than this thing.
2000. Oh yeah, this was a first move.
No, also I know that you're probably like, I don't want to part with anything. You're like, what's the easiest thing for me to part with?
Oh yeah.
What's the one thing that?
Well, also,
the one thing that if we had an earthquake and I lost a few feet of wall space, what's the last thing that I would put into that wall space?
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, this would be an easy part. Actually, so 2000. I don't know if it was 2009, but this was the. God, where's the?
Yeah, 2009. That makes a lot more sense than the 90s. I didn't think they really had much steam yet.
Oh no, they were huge throughout the early 90s. So yeah, and I think it was Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers met them at one point and they were talking and they were like, "Hey, I saw your Rolling Stone cover. Yeah, I just love bands that don't take themselves seriously." And they're like, "Oh no, we were just out of their fucking minds."
They're on ice skates.
Yeah, it's fucking nonsense.
Yeah, that's fun.
So, but yeah. So I don't remember.
What would you wear if you were on the cover of the Rolling Stone?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a tough one because you don't want to go with a suit. If it was GQ or something like that, maybe you wear a suit.
I know what I would do.
I know I wouldn't wear shoes.
I'd be fully naked.
Fully naked on the cover?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to get some...
Just my bare butt. Me looking over my shoulder.
Huh? Yeah. Hello.
No, I'd have a large, some sort of large covering.
Yeah.
For my torso. I don't want people to see my torso.
Yeah.
But waist down, neck up. That's how I want to do my cover of the Rolling Stone. On the cover of the Rolling Stone.
It's just like it says Rolling Stone across it, but then everything else, they just see your legs and then the neck and the head.
He's an A.J. Finney, ain't wearing no shoes when he getting on the Rolling Stone.
On the cover of the roll. Was that Dr. Hook?
He eats a little mushrooms, but he don't drink anymore because he got in too much trouble long ago. Cocaine Kitty and A.J. Finney are, man, I don't know. That's you.
Cocaine Kitty and A.J. Finney on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone. Wanna get my picture on the cover. Stone.
Gonna buy 5 copies from my mother.
Gonna see my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody at home. We apologize. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
Matcha.
We're on the top of
We're
Matcha
doing the
pizza.
Matcha Cha-Cha.
Oh, dude. How was your Christmas? Good?
Yeah, it was good. I went back to South Dakota. I got stranded in a blizzard.
It was bad down here. Was it worse up there?
Yeah, there was like a foot of snow.
Wow.
Blowing. It was pretty crazy. But what's weird is it was like just in like a 40 mile in every direction. It was like we were like ground zero for this fucking weird little chunk of blizzard. But it was nice. I went and saw my folks, which was great. My uncle had a heart attack.
Okay, that doesn't sound so great.
But he's doing good.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, but that was a little scary.
Touch and go for a minute, yeah.
Yeah. Send some positive vibes to my uncle Randy. Hope he's feeling. I know I've heard he's feeling better. But yeah.
I hope you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone, Randy.
Yeah. Hope you're feeling Randy before you know it.
Yeah.
If you're British or whatever. But yeah. So I'm glad he's doing good. I got to see my mom. We went and tried. So new thing that I'd never done before. For Christmas Eve, we decided to make pizzas.
Okay. Homemade pizza?
Homemade pizza.
My mom used to do that. Rolling out the dough,
slapping on the sauce.
Yeah.
Cheesing up the crust.
Did you round or square it?
We went round.
Okay.
Yeah, we went round. We made I think we made 4 different pizzas.
All right.
Yeah. Started, we did a margarita pizza.
Margarita pizza.
Which my mom was like, thought like it was like going to be like lime and salt and like tequila pizza. Which is, she's like, margarita. And I'm like, it's spelled a little different. But yeah, I know. When I first heard it too, because like, it's not like a common pizza in South Dakota, Are you familiar with the margarita pizza?
I'm not familiar with a margarita pizza.
So a margarita pizza is basil and mushroom and cheese.
Oh.
Or not basil, sorry. Basil, tomatoes.
Oh.
And cheese. That's why you're not familiar with the margarita, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like slices of tomato on it, basil. Sometimes there's like chunks of mozz.
I have a stern discernment against tomatoes.
Yeah. Discernment.
Discernment.
So yeah, so we made one of those with pesto sauce on the bottom. It was pretty good.
I'm a fan of the pesto.
Then I think one of my favorites is a sausage and mushroom with extra cheese. Sometimes with black olive. So we did sausage, mushroom, black olive, extra cheese.
We've recently done a... how do you feel about pineapple? Are you one of the guys that you don't like pineapple on pizza?
I love pineapple, but just keep it off my fucking pizza.
Gotcha.
Keep it off my fucking tacos too. Like when I eat al pastor,
I do love it.
I'm like, I don't need the fucking pineapple.
I like the
The meat is sweet.
I used to have. Oh my god. Have you ever heard of the term sweet meat? Have we talked about this?
Yeah.
So we were in Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming, doing a show, and God, I should so there's
his brain's just going tangenting.
Matcha. So yeah, we did this. It was a fun show. Casper, Wyoming, had a lot of fun. Christina, God, she just changed her last name.
Aguilera.
Yeah. So Christina Aguilera is there. But so we're goofing around backstage.
Buscelli.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi. But so, and Christina looks at me and she goes, how do you follow a prop act? And I was like, what? I was like, that guy got props out there? And she goes, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, all right, hold on. And I went from behind stage, went around to the back to see what was going on. This guy has his shirt off. He's just shirtless.
Oh, Bert Kreischer?
Yeah. But he's like wiggling. And I was like, what is going on? And I went back and I was like, Christina, I don't think you have to worry about the props. I was like, he's got his shirt off, wiggling around. She goes, what? And while I'm telling her, I can see the silhouette of him in the background just pan down. I was like, I think he just took his pants off. And she goes, what? And I was like, yeah, I think you should just go out and let the audience know that your show is going to be different. But Marciana told me
that is a common tactic that, when a comic has to follow something weird, or like a low energy comic has to follow like a wild high energy comic. I love when like a real monotone one-liner guy has to follow someone crazy. Like I've never seen him not go out and say, well, my act's gonna be different than that.
Yeah.
I don't do what
Time
you just
to
saw.
change gears.
Yeah.
One thing that might have been nice if maybe she would have went out and would have been like, well, I mean, he opened the door, so I guess I'll just get comfortable, and then take like a jacket off and kick her shoes off and go, that's all I'm getting off.
Yeah. As far as I think how you follow a prop act is with actual comedy.
But so I didn't know what's going on. My buddy Bill and Carrie, we all had breakfast that morning. They came down from Cody. That's where the antelope sausage that I gave you came from.
It's organ meats, isn't it? The sweet meats?
No. Well, maybe. But so we were at breakfast, and I was like, Bill, so you've been hunting a lot, right? And then Carrie goes, oh, don't look it up yet. And then Carrie goes, yeah, he's been hunting that sweet meat. And everyone laughed, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on because I was backstage. I wasn't watching the show. So this guy who's now naked had said this. So essentially, if you grab a dick, you got one hand here, and then you put a second hand on top of that. Whatever's left over is the sweet meat. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
I never heard of that.
I haven't either. Also, Marciana goes, the joke that he took his pants off for was amusing, but unnecessary, which was because he's covered in tattoos. And he goes, do you guys want to see my new tattoo? And an audience loses his mind. And as they go crazy, he takes his pants down and then goes, it's right here, and points at his biceps. So the idea, is...
Is his dong out?
No, he had like a thong on, which...
Thong to thong, thong, thong. Butts like butts. Thongs and thongs.
On the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Yeah, no, I was like, this is the part where AJ and I launch into our rendition of Sisko's thong song.
I was like, what? Casper butts. So, yeah. But pizza. So, margarita pizza.
Yeah. Onion, so, olive, sausage, mushroom. And then we made like it was like a copycat of the pizza locale.
Jalapeno?
No, it was the one with the arugula and prosciutto.
Okay.
And then we made like a weird veggie pizza with some gorgonzola and shit on it.
Oh, dude, I love gorgonzola. I've most recently... Like
you Gorg man?
I'm a Gorg man.
Can you tell the difference between gorgonzola and blue cheese?
If If I had two of them, close my eyes, I feel like I probably could.
All right, I've got both of them right now. We're going to do it. We're going to test you now.
I feel like Gorgonzola is stankier.
You got to close your eyes and eat a piece of cheese and then tell me which is which.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, I'll be right back with some cheese.
Boo-doo, boo-doo, do-do-do, do-do. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Dude, fucking Cheese at the Fox starts tonight. Okay. And you know which...
I love it. I'm going to get you blue and gorgonzola cheese, and you're like, hey man, Cheese at the Fox starts. It was almost like life was sending you a little sign.
Yeah.
Are you spending a shitload of money to go to 3 nights of cheese this year?
I would have if they were at the Mission. I couldn't afford to go to Oakland, and that's where they're at. But, Marciana, I am buying all 5 nights in Colorado this year. 2 nights in Dillon. We're probably going to get an Airbnb, do those, and then she's going to drop off to her, and then I think I'm going to all nights at Red Rocks.
All right, are you ready to taste this cheese?
Yep.
You think you can do it? All right, I'm going to hand you cheese, and you taste it.
Okay. All right. So,
well, no, you can just shoot it. It's in a shot glass.
God. And it is just like normal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
So you can taste the other cheese first. You don't have to guess right now.
No, but I just want to make sure and get the... Okay.
All right. God, the suspense is killing me. All right, now which one was mayo and which one was miracle?
Oh, no. So it's real tough, but I think the first one was gorgonzola and the second one was blue cheese.
You nailed it.
Yeah!
He did it.
All right.
Congrats.
All right. So you're buying my tickets to the Fox.
No.
It's a cheesy new year.
No, I think it's a sign that you got all the cheese that you needed already today. You thought you needed a little cheese in your life, and you came over to your boy Zach's house, and he was like, hey, man, you know what I got for you? I got cheese and shot glasses. I got a quiz on cheese.
I will tell you, it's not easy. But I will say, I think the gorgonzola is butterier.
Yeah, I think the blue is a little more tart. So, yeah. You know, when you have both cheeses around and somebody says something like that, you gotta put them on the spot. You gotta grill them. You gotta have a cheese off. You know.
Have you had blue cheese or grilled cheese on a? Wait, hold on. This matcha's fucking me up. Have you had? Have you had blue or gorgonzola on a grilled cheese sandwich?
Yeah.
It's so fucking.
I've had a lot of cheeses on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Man, I love a good cheese on a bread.
Yeah.
But
but next year, I don't know if Marciana's going to go. I'm buying 2 sets of tickets for the whole run. She's definitely going to the 2 nights at Dillon, but then there's 3 nights at Red Rocks, and I'll probably have a spare ticket to at least one of the shows.
Well, that's maybe we can go. When is it?
I'm definitely going. I don't know.
Are you inviting me, AJ?
Yeah, I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
It's like asking a girl out. You don't want to be too forward. You get your feelings hurt. So you just kind of throw the idea out.
Yeah, you make them say, "You're giving me the ticket." That's what you do. You make them.
So I don't know. It's July. But they haven't announced the dates yet.
Oh man,
it should come out hopefully next month.
Well,
but I'm headlining.
It's probably not
comedy
the same,
for it at the end
same
of
weekend as No Effects, is it?
Well, I don't know. Last year they did, I think, mid-July. When's No Effects?
July 20th, I believe. I will be, 7/20. I'm going to see, it's No Effects' last tour.
Oh, really? Tickets are already sold?
No, so they released them in a tiered system, which is kind of cool. So, like, if you get the early bird ones, they're a certain price.
Yeah.
Once all those are sold, then there's like another tier of tickets that are $10 more, and then once those are all sold, there's another tier. So,
And Because I would go. I've seen No Effects. They're fucking super fun.
Yeah, really fun live. I've heard that Fat Mike is going to
OD.
No, I think he's doing stand up now.
What?
So yeah, I heard that he wants to like direct and like he wants to do some different shit. But I heard he's still gonna play with me first in the Gimme Gimmes.
Wait, what is going on? So there's all sorts of. So it is the 20th.
Don't go. There's a lot of scam sites. Make sure you go through the actual, like, I think it's AXS or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going with some of my, like, two of my childhood buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, who we talked about Matt on the podcast quite a bit, and Cody. I think we've talked about on here too. But yeah, we're gonna go getting the band back together. I think Matt's bringing his kid. So that's gonna, things change, you know.
Wait, so they're here 2 nights in the stockyards, the 20th and the 21st.
Yeah.
Let me see what. Oh, AXS, yeah.
Which the Coliseum, I guess they're calling that the stockyards now.
I guess so.
Or I wonder if it's in that other. I don't know. I went to. They used to have Riot Fest out there.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Stockyards.
I saw them. It was one of the Warped Tours, but it was a good one because it was, I think, one of the last times that
like good old bands were on it still.
No, dude, the ticket prices on this aren't that bad.
How much are they? $60 or something?
General admission which is tier 2, because I think tier 1 is done.
Yeah, I got a tier 2 ticket.
So a tier 2, $69.50.
Yeah,
and then it's like general admission 3 is $79.50. So yeah, I mean, that would
general
be fun.
admission 3 though, even though it's more expensive, you could it's funny because they don't tell you what it is, so you can pay more money for a ticket just because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I get more stuff for this, and then it's don't. Like, no,
it's just the tiers are going to run out at a certain time.
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah, I'll talk to Marciana because that would be fun. But anyway, I saw them with, I think it was one of the last times that Bad Religion and NoFX had toured together. Because after that, they kind of weren't really getting along. But I saw them, NoFX, Bad Religion, Rancid, Melancholy, The Bouncing Souls.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
Fuck yeah. How was, so then...
And then there's pizzas?
So yeah, we had pizzas, and so man, it's really hard to make a fucking pizza when you have a 150-pound Great Pyrenees puppy.
Oh god, your mom's got a huge puppy dog?
A huge puppy, dude. He's fucking not even a year old yet. Dude, he's massive.
Just flopping around.
So literally, yeah. So you literally just have to have somebody running. So I made a barricade of chairs from the kitchen because his head is just right at counter level. So I mean, he's just a big face of drool and shit.
Yeah.
So like, all it takes is for him to run in and be like, "Wah!" and like your pizza's just like covered with drool and half eaten.
You're living the, what was that kid's show, Beethoven? You're living that movie Beethoven.
Move over, Beethoven. I mean, they're that size dogs. So fucking barrier of chairs.
Yeah.
My mom and Megan both like running defense on this fucking dog. We got these pizzas made. It was great. And then, went to my dad's. I made a prime rib for Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And I reverse seared it, which I'd never done before. Perfect medium rare the whole way through. So how I'd always done it is you like sear the meat ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then,
on either side, right?
Well, on all sides, you could sear it in a pan and then put it in the oven, or you could like turn up the broiler and sear it in the oven and then turn the temp down.
Right, but the sear is supposed to lock the juices in, right?
Yeah, but you can also just cook it slow and low and then reverse sear it at the end, which I'd never done before. So I dry salt brined it like 2 days before. Left it out in the fridge, let that salt soak in, and then seasoned it with like rosemary and thyme and garlic on the outside. And then cooked it at 225 for 3.5 hours.
Oh.
And then took it out. You take it out of the oven and then let it rest. I let it rest for a fucking hour.
Oh, wow.
And then put it back in the oven.
Just to warm it up?
Well, no, at like 550.
Whoa.
Like as hot as the fuck on broil to sear the shit out of it, to crust it at the end.
Oh, so you crusted.
But normally, like a prime rib, you know how the end pieces are like, medium well, and then it like gets the metals where it's like rare.
Yeah.
And this thing was a perfect medium rare from fucking
tip to tip?
From ass to tip. Yeah, it was fucking perfect.
Wow.
So that's definitely how I'll be doing it from now on.
Yeah. It's making me wonder. There's a prime rib buffet at the gig I'm doing tomorrow night in Littleton.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope this is fucking good.
You a horseradish guy?
I'll try it. I'll put every now and again. I'm not a big horseradish guy.
Do you like it creamy?
The horseradish?
No. The pussy. No.
No.
Yeah, the horseradish.
I'm talking about that.
Yeah, the horseradish.
I'm not. I don't know what it is about it. I'm not a big fan. I've had horseradish like mustard, and it's okay, but like,
yeah,
I know it's supposed to be what you serve with the prime rib.
Yeah, or the au jus. But the other thing that was wild about this prime rib is like normally when I've cooked one, you have like some juice from the fat or whatever that's cooked off. There was hardly anything in the roast pan because all of it stayed inside of the fucking
Oh, wow.
meat. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it was great. And then as we're eating that, a blizzard is happening, and I'm like, I'm gonna have a little wine because I'm obviously not getting the fuck out of here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we stayed there an extra day, and man, I just hope that at some point in my life, I'm as passionate about something as my dad is about snow removal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he comes down in the morning and he's like, Zach, I need you to move your car. I need you to move the car. Snow, the driveway, blah, blah. And I'm like, wake up and I'm like, fuck, all right. You know, so I like go outside. There's a lot of snow. My dad's already done a pass on the driveway. It's clear. And I think he wants me to pull into this spot. So I pull into this spot, and he's like, no, I wasn't ready for you. You just made tracks. Those tracks are going to turn into ice.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck, I thought you...
He's trying to get it out before it...
And he's like, if we need to get the Jeep out of the garage, we got to bring it out. And I was like, all right, well, fuck, I'll move. So I move it over, and he has the whole thing shoveled. And I'm staying there for the day or whatever. So he gets, we keep doing passes on the drive. I do one pass. My dad does 4. He loves
machine. Dude, snow removal and lawn care.
He lives to shovel. He's like, oh, this shovel, best fucking shovel they ever made.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, don't you worry about your back or whatever. He's like, no, I stretch. He stretches before he goes out. He gets ready. He's got a special ergonomic shovel for like fucking old dudes who still want to herk it out.
Fucking wakes up at like 5 a.m. looks around the neighborhood. He's the first one out with the golden shovel.
Oh yeah, dude. He's so ready. So he fucking, and he's running this shit. And then the city plow comes by. His neighbor drove by, had a truck plow, drove by, hit the sidewalks. The driveway was already good. So it's like fucking mission accomplished. We've removed the snow.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Blizzard. We won. And then the city plow comes by and just pushes a 4-foot mound of snow literally from the street onto the sidewalks that they've cleared.
Oh my God.
And blocks the driveway. Just has a 4-foot berm of fucking snow at the end of it.
And your dad's like, round 2.
Oh, well, no. And my dad was just like, these motherfuckers. But I could tell, like, he was really mad that they had fucked everybody. He was also kind of like, but there's more work that needs to be done, And
it looks like I'm not putting my shovel away yet.
So this is a big thing in the neighborhood. Apparently there's been contention, there's been petitions, there's been a law that they voted on where they're supposed to push the snow into the middle of the street, and they fucking did this, and like my dad's pissed. The mayor lives like down the street, and my dad has a buddy across the street, who also lives, He loves the fucking snow removal as well. Yeah. He's got a plow on a 4-wheeler and shit. Like he's all about it. And they're yelling back and forth like, fucking city, God damn it, we voted on this shit. You know, these motherfuckers coming through here. And my dad's like, that plow, I was trying to wave that son of a bitch down. He didn't even look at me. My dad's like, if I would have been in the road, that guy would have plowed me right over, you know? And then the mayor lives down the street, and I go out there to do my pass or whatever, and the guy across the street goes, yeah, the fucking mayor drove by. And my dad's like, oh, yeah, did you fucking wave him down and tell him what's up? He's like, no, but I gave him the look. Gave the mayor the look? Yeah, he gave the mayor the look. And he's like, and yeah, I saw him, because there's two ways for the mayor to get to his house. One involves going by the man who just gave him the look. Yeah. And the other... the man who gave him the look can still see that he's going that way, but he doesn't have to get the look again, you know? So the mayor went the other way, so he didn't have to get the look, you know?
He knows there's a problem.
And so they're all talking, and it's like that guy's wife made a post on Facebook, and they're like, oh, yeah, I think that's how we get this thing done. Let's use the Facebook. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no, the 60-year-olds are using the Facebook to get shit. I need to get the fuck off the Facebook.
Yeah, dude. Are they put together they got a discussion group?
Well, yeah, they put a petition together, but I mean, it's fucking wild, dude. Like they're, you know, if you're old and you had a doctor's appointment or anything like that, if you'd fully clear your driveway. So they're calling the city and bitching, and they're calling the plow department and all these people. And like one lady's like, well, you're a homeowner. Snow removal's your responsibility. And it's like, yeah, but you remove the fucking snow and you literally push 4 feet on top of it. Like, right. So yeah, I'm a little, I'm starting to get the passion. And then I got home, and the walk hadn't really been, you know, I wasn't at this place. My passive aggressive neighbor, who I haven't met yet, just he sent a lot of texts to my girlfriend. I can't wait to meet him. But
about noise?
No, about just
okay.
It's another thing to get into where I'm just like, I don't want to get worked up about it until I talk to this fella. But yeah, he's
a real piece of work.
Well, dude,
you can't pick neighbors. I had a rough run with mine.
He's been here for fucking 18 years, so he thinks that he owns the place. And has just like, I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but all the outdoor spaces are shared, and he's literally told us which parts we can use and which, you know, is his sanctuary and like all this shit where it's just like,
you know what you could do? You just drill a hole in your ceiling through his floor and just start fucking exhaling smoke into it.
No, I mean, I'm still hopeful that we can have a good relationship. I'm trying to have some empathy for this guy. It's the holiday season. I'm guessing he's going through shit. He had a bunch of people move in, you know, who the fuck knows? I hope that we can get along.
Well,
but
you also,
but he said some shit where he's like, yeah, and you can use the front yard, and you're lucky with the rent that you pay to have a front yard. And I'm like, dude, you don't get to tell us why we're lucky or what we, you know. Like,
because he's paying more rent?
No, I don't think he is. So he's been here 18 years. I highly doubt it. Yeah. So I don't know.
But also it's, you know, I guess if you've been someplace for a while, you feel like it's your home, and then you've got other people coming and going. No. I could see.
Oh, I have empathy for why he could maybe be acting like an asshole, but I'm just going to talk to him and be like, hey, here's the reasons why, like, what you've done, it doesn't really fly.
Yeah.
And hope we can be friends and
yeah,
you know.
I had a real weird one with my downstairs neighbor who we really never talked to. Yeah. One morning when we were getting ready to go out to Oregon for that final Dead tour, so at like 4 a.m. or something, we got up and we were kind of gathering our stuff together. All of a sudden, Marciana gets a call from a number she doesn't recognize. And I was like, I'll answer it. And I answered it. It's him.
Yeah.
And he's like, so-and-so. And I was like, who? And he goes, your downstairs neighbor? And I was like, oh, yeah, hey, what's going on? He goes, we're going to have a little talk. And I was like, oh, no. No, we're not doing this. I was like, yeah? And he goes, yeah, someone's walking all over my ceiling. And I was like, well, I'm not in your place. Like at that point, once he said, we're going to have a little talk, I was like, I'm not. Yeah. You're not going to pretend like you're an alpha to me. Like you're talking to me that way. And then finally he's like, yeah. He goes, you guys having a party? And I was like, no. And he goes, well, someone's been running around up there since 4. And I was like, that's when we got up. And finally this whole thing ended when he went, and I was like, dude, I would have, had you called and been like, hey,
Yeah.
You're being a little loud. I'm trying to sleep and I'm having problems. Is there any way you can keep it down? I would have been like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, we're just trying to get out of the house. But when you come at me like you're my dad or some sort of authoritarian figure, you go fuck yourself, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I mean, that's where I'm at. I'm going to talk to him and be nice, and hopefully we can work it out. But at a certain point, if we can't, I'm just going to say, well, you know, you're not the landlord, and if you want to communicate with me, you need to do it through him.
Yeah.
Because, you know, but hopefully that's not what it comes to.
Yeah, hopefully it'll chill.
But yeah, because I don't know. We've been through enough where I'm just like, I don't want to deal with stupid shit. You know, it's just like, fuck, we just want to be chill. We would like to be, you know, friends with our neighbors and have a community here. You know?
Well, also, dude, this is a great location. I mean, you know, you stay here for a little bit until you figure out what else you want to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I like the place. If it works, you know, the space works for me. So I don't know.
And the studio space is great. Low ceilings, you know?
Oh, yeah, what everybody wants in a home, to feel crunch.
Well, no, for the but for the studio, you know what I mean? It's going to help resonate that sound.
Yeah, I think it will sound good in here. Get some things up on the walls. But it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot bouncing around. So.
No, you got the carpet. I think there's quite a few sound absorbers.
Yeah, I mean, that last place we were in, I didn't even think about it, but that was just a huge... I bet those podcast episodes are a little echoey compared to some of the other ones.
Sounds like we're in a vacant church.
But yeah, but then I realized when I got home and my shit wasn't shoveled as well, that like...
you should call the neighbor and go, hey, are you going to shovel your front yard?
Well, no, I was like, oh man, I'm at an age now, I'm 40 now, where I think this is the first year that like I really fear the ice.
Oh, yeah. It's not. It's a fear of getting hurt. It's not even like that age where you're like, I got to start looking at shovels.
I'm thinking... Maybe if I go down this year, you know,
not getting up.
I won't be able to get back up. So, and then I realized that that's probably where my dad's obsession with snow removal comes from, is because he's like, this is war. And you're not going to kill me, ice.
Right.
You're not going to kill me, snow. Yeah. Fuck you, motherfucker.
One thing I think everyone has to remember, especially old people, and old people forget this, when you're taking a fall, you got to go into it. Go limp. Don't try to fight it. That's when you break bones.
Yeah.
You're not drinking enough milk.
Yep. AJ's teaching a class at REI called Old People Falling on the Ice.
Old brittle bones.
What they do is they've got a kiddie swimming pool that they leave outside and they let it freeze.
Freeze it up.
And then we put the old on there.
Yeah.
And then AJ...
We put helmets on the old.
And then AJ shoves it. And says, go with it.
What is that? What is that Canadian?
Don't fight it, he says.
What's that Canadian Olympic sport? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where there's a brusher.
Oh yeah, the
it's like shuffleboard, but
oh god,
what the fuck is that called? But we're doing that with the old. We have.
God damn it! It's gonna drive me insane. Not.
Damn it.
They have the brooms. They have the things. It's shuffleboard. What the fuck is it called?
It's gonna... Dude, Canadian ice sport with brooms. Enough people have done... Curling!
Yeah.
Curling. Yeah.
Curling.
So, yeah, where it's basically human curling with... you have to be over 70... And it's one of the requirements we are taking. You can bring your best old and put them in. The winner will get a 30% off coupon for anything.
All right. What do you got coming up this week?
Well, I do have to talk about this because I had a weird day yesterday.
Okay.
And
if I need to hear about a weird day, I'm gonna get a joint. Well, yeah, we didn't touch on what you did for Christmas either. Here, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. You had a weird one yesterday.
Yeah. So two things. One, Christmas we spent at Arapahoe Basin again. Marciana and I spent the day before Christmas on Christmas Eve up making breakfast burritos. We made antelope, turkey, and just egg and potato. The antelope went real quick, then the turkey, and then down to the egg and potato. But it was super fun, really cold. It was like 5 degrees when we got there. Wind chill was pretty brutal. I didn't even ski. It was just too much. But It was super fun. It was nice hanging out with everybody. And then yesterday, so
you were just a lot lizard?
Yeah, just lotting it up. Honestly, there was a lot less people there because of the weather, I think. But so you mentioned 40, right? And your age and how you're concerned about falling down and not being able to get back up. Do you know what you're 5 years away from having to do?
What's that? Get my rectal exam?
You betcha.
Dude, I've already had a bunch.
Yeah. Well, they give you 2 options when you've got to have your cancer screening for your colon. And when I went in for my physical, she goes, "You're 45. Have you had your colonoscopy?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "This is the year." And I was like, okay. She goes, "You got 2 options. You can either get the colonoscope, which, you go to a place, they do it, and it's good for 10 years.
You've already had one, haven't you?
No.
They didn't do one when you had all your other asshole shit?
No. That was just, yeah.
Yeah, I got one. I've gotten one.
So I haven't gotten, it was either that or I can give a stool sample, right? And you can just do that from home. So I was like, well, how long is that good for? And they're like, it's good for 3 years. And I was like, cool. I was like, I'll just do that because it was going to take a while for me to get in. And I wanted to make sure that everything was covered under my insurance.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait for my next colonoscopy.
Yeah?
Dude, that's the best that I've slept in like 20 years. Like, however they fucking... And I told, like, if you smoke weed regularly, they have to, like...
Double down?
They have to give you more of the sleepy stuff.
Yeah?
So they're talking to me and they go like, "Oh, when was the last time you used marijuana?" And I was like, "This morning on my way here." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I was coming in to get my asshole stuff shoved up my ass. I was going to be fucking high for it." Like, I don't know. And she's like, "What? This really?" And she's like, "We're going to pretend you didn't say that." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Well, we can't do it if you're high." And she's like, "But I can't tell." She's like, "You're obviously not high." Like, she expected me to be like drugged up or something, but she's like, yeah, I was like, "Well, no, I smoke weed. It'd be weird if I wasn't stoned, when I did." She was like, "Okay." So, and then they did it. And then, it's like you're just laying there. You feel a little poke, not in the back, in your arm when they give you the drugs.
Yeah.
Then you wake up and you've slept so well.
Yeah. Mine was not.
I think it's the only REM sleep I've ever had. How did you gather your shit?
Dude, this was an entire process that sometimes you go...
Did you make your wife help you?
Oh, no. This was one time I shat and closed the door. So one thing I'm going to say is, like, there's lots of things I've done in my life where I'm like, fuck, I should have just gotten the scope. Like, that's what I thought. There were 2 options. But I'll never do this again. But it's an experience. I'll say that. But, dude, they send you a bucket. You basically have to shit in a pail. And
you having a stroke?
I know.
You got to shit in a pail.
Pail.
You shit in a pail. You okay?
But so,
Matcha's really got you ticking.
Yeah, dude. Matcha's got me zinged up. So yeah, you have to put this contraption underneath your toilet seat. Then you have a sand bucket, and you shit in there. But you're not supposed to fill the bucket. You only have to shit so much. So then you have to stop halfway through. You can't have diarrhea. You got to make sure it's going to be solid.
How big is the bucket?
I mean, it's a pretty decet sized bucket. Maybe
you got to make sure it's solid. Do these people think you're a magician?
Right. No. You got to know what you've eaten. So you shit halfway, then you got to pull the bucket up. You put that on the counter. Then you got to finish shitting.
Yeah. Then you got to eat the bucket.
Yeah. Right. Then you eat it. Re-shit it out. Here's where I don't know what happens scientifically when shit hits water that it just dulls it out. But when you shit without water and then you just put it on a counter, that smell fills the room immediately.
Yeah.
And then to add to it, then you have this little thing you've got to spin open that's got grooves on it. And now you have to get in your own shit and get a sample. So you have to scrape that, then put that in the test tube, put that back in there. Then you put this fluid back in the bucket. Then you have to put the whole thing back in the box, take it to UPS, and ship off your shit.
You ship them the one in the canister and the whole bucket?
You ship all the shit. So everything you've done is being sent.
So they could open the bucket and put the thing in the test tube, but they don't?
Right. So, well, I think there's a time because you have to put what time you took the sample. They have to have it within like 48 hours or 72 hours or something like that. Otherwise, the sample is, I think, what is it? I don't know. Null and void is what I want to say, but that's not it. Basically, I think if it sits too long, and then there's a preservative you've got to dump in the thing. And here's the part about the instructions that blew my mind. Is how many times in bold letters it said, do not drink the fluid. And I was like, who the fuck drank the shit preserve?
Yeah.
So
that's what I like the shit preserve. It sounds like a place where like turds that are near extinction like run around like they don't make turds like that anymore. No. It's like I don't know what noise a turd would make. Like probably a fart sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a forest and like, yeah. Oh, that's a wild.
That's an old dry turd.
That's a white rhinoceros turd. It's just the shit from animals that are extinct.
Yeah.
That's a dodo turd.
Dodo turds.
That's a dodo doo doo.
Dodo doo doo. Doo doo dodo. Dodo doo doo. I do like dodo doo doo. I mean, I don't like it, but I like the way it sounds. So, but yeah, man, it was weird. But it's an interesting experience. It's odd because then Marciana was like, how's your day? And I was like, well, I just had to fucking play sandbox. I was making sandcastles with my own shit, which is terrible. Yeah. So that's scarring.
Yeah, that is how they teach cats to shit in the toilet. The same way that you sent your sample off.
Yeah?
Yeah. They put a little litter box inside.
Oh, yeah.
And then one day they just say, nope. No litter for you in the shitter. Kitty. No litter in the shitter today, kitty.
No shitter litter, bud.
Yep. Drop it and flush.
Yeah. Well, sweet, buddy. Yeah, other than that, I mean, that's it. Just a weird experience. So
I'll be hosting 51st Jokes on January 6th. Get your tickets at the Bug Theater.
Yeah, I'll be at, I think I'm doing Pallet City on the 5th. And the 6th, if you happen to be in Carbondale, Colorado, I'll be doing the Salon. Not sure who else is all on that right now, but that is a super fun art event where I'm a comic, and then there's storytellers, musicians, and poets, all sorts of fun
haircuts.
And haircuts.
So, at the salon.
Yeah.
So come get your hair did and your art.
Yeah. Get your hair did up. Get your head did up.
Yep. So...
on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Well, thanks so much for listening. Like, subscribe, and get on the motherfucking